Maybe self improvement isn't the answer. Maybe in order to actually change and improve for the better, you need to destroy yourself back down to zero to begin with. I kind of got this idea from this book, Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk, where it's basically a book about men finding purpose through fighting each other. And in the book, there's a character. I don't know what his name is. It isn't said in the book, but before he really changes up, before he really starts taking control of his life and living, he has to blow up his apartment, all of it, to just have the opportunity to change his life, where he couldn't go back to his comfortable house, his comfortable setting, and live like that day in, day out. By destroying it, he cut away all of his connections to the past and allowed him to actually start changing his life. I can kind of relate to that within my own life, where in like 2020, I was addicted to the bad habits: video games, pornography, the works. And because of that, it gradually became worse and worse over a few years until about 2023, where I had an amazing experience by going out on a school trip to Europe. It was the most fun I've ever had in my entire life, the most confident I ever felt. I was outside of my comfort zone day in, day out. And by the time I got back, I just felt like a different person. Yet it didn't seem to last because I kept falling back into my old, comfortable bad habits, right? Where I went back. I knew I had a better life out there for me. I'd literally experienced it, but I kept committing to the bad habits until on July 15th, 2023, I relapsed. And after that moment onwards, I knew I hit rock bottom. It felt terrible, and I felt such a sense of anger at myself for betraying myself, for knowing that I could do better, but just failing day in, day out, for not being disciplined enough to just put some boundaries and limitations on my own actions and allowing myself to spiral downwards. From that moment on, because I hit rock bottom, because I felt that anger, that sense of transformation, I cut off pornography from that moment on. That was like the moment where my life physically changed, my beliefs in my mind, the identity that I saw myself as. It was completely shifted. It didn't exist anymore. From that moment on, I was a guy who did not do that activity. I didn't indulge in those bad habits anymore. I was a changed individual. I wasn't trying to quit, I already had quit. And from that point on, I've made a few mistakes. I will be honest. I relapsed in July, I relapsed earlier this month. I made mistakes. But if I had to pinpoint a period of my life, like the one day that really set my life into motion, that really allowed me to change and improve for the better, it was that day. Because for all of the good habits like meditation, gratitude journaling, going outside, facing your fears, these are good things. I think they're good habits, but they're pieces to a puzzle. Like they're not going to change your life just by themselves. At a certain point, it's in here. It's these mental beliefs we have about ourselves, the identities that have shaped us into who we are. Right? For me, I thought I would always be addicted to the bad habits, that I would never change to become a better person, that I would try and fail over and over and over again until that one day, July 15th, where I told myself, this is it. It's not happening anymore. I'm not this person. And I just feel like, at least in my life, I've had so many periods of times, so many times in my life where my identity has shaped who I am. In high school, after I quit porn, in grade 12, I knew I was a better person. I knew I had committed to self improvement and I was more disciplined than I ever had been before in my life. Yet, for all of that, for all my goals, for all my aspirations, I still felt the identity of being an underconfident person. So, no matter how hard I tried, no matter how much effort I put in to try being more confident, to speaking to more people, to putting myself out there, it wasn't happening. I wasn't able to do so because my mentality, my identity was the thing that was trapping me, holding myself in a position where I didn't truly belong anymore, where it was more habit than me being a person who couldn't speak to people. I had conversational abilities, I could put myself out there, and at times I was able to talk to friends and other people in a good manner. But just because of that belief, the identity of thinking, I'm so comfortable like this, fears are scary, I'm not that sort of person, that held me back from ever truly changing, from ever taking control of my circumstance and being the person I want to be. There's another line in this book where it basically says, the narrator says, "May I never be content, may I never be complete, may I never be perfect." And I felt like that sums it up so well because I was too complete. I was too content with who I was. I was too perfect in the sense of thinking I was done. That, oh, I'm not good at speaking to people. That's who I am for the rest of my life. That, oh, I want to talk to that girl, but I'm supposed to be a nervous guy. I'm supposed to live up to my own inner reputation, my own inner standard of who Pranav Kumar is supposed to be. And that's the point I'm trying to get across in this video. We are the best, like me and you. We shouldn't lie to other people, right? I shouldn't lie to other people. You shouldn't lie to other people. But the easiest person to lie to is yourself. These beliefs that we have, whatever it is, right? I don't know what you're going through, and I don't think you fully know what I'm going through either, right? I'm just communicating on YouTube. But in my own head, my own beliefs, the things that hold me back are the person I see myself as, like the self-image, the way that I perceive myself and the way I should be acting within my life. Right now, I'm currently struggling with the identity, the belief that I'm a guy who sticks inside of his comfort zone, that getting outside, doing difficult things, putting myself in those situations, it's not me, that I'm not able to do that. That's too much work, too much effort, when in reality, I know I could do it. I know I could put myself out there. I'm just letting this mentality, this idea within my mind, hold me back from just doing what needs to be done. Beliefs, identity, and all these other things, they are what shape you. They are the thing that shapes, at least from my experience, they're the thing that shaped everything about my life. When I first started talking to more people, I've said this a few times in previous videos, but even after I spoke to 200 people, even after I developed the skill of being a better conversationalist, true progress didn't come until I changed that inner belief of saying, dude, you are a confident individual. I know you feel underconfident. I know you feel like you're not good at talking to people. That's a lie. That's just a made up thought, made up belief within your brain. You are better than you think. You are confident, you are articulate, and you can speak to other people. You've done it 10 times before, you can do it again. And changing that belief gave me so much more freedom to just go outside and talk to people. It hasn't made me perfect. It hasn't made me content. It hasn't made me complete. I still have a long ways to improve in social skills. I still have a lot of things that I feel nervous about. I feel overwhelmed by. But I know I can tackle it. I know I can take action upon it. I know I have so much further to go. That's the good part. I'm not complete. I'm not a finished product. So don't treat yourself like one either. Just because something's difficult right now, just because you feel a certain way right now, just because your beliefs and your actions represent you in a certain way right now, doesn't mean that is you forever. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you are a finished product. Always be asking yourself, what else can I do? Don't become trapped by your identity, but form new ones that serve you. Alright? That is my message to you. I'm going to try implementing this in my own life in terms of going outside, talking to more girls, getting out of my comfort zone, and just being a better person. So thank you for watching. Consider subscribing if you like this content. Road to 1,000, right? Peace!